live. Thank you for joining us. This is Hangout for Diowarriors. My name is Arnold Barrios. I'm here with Sean Williams and Andre Bino so far, and we expect to have a few other people to join us. For those of you tuning in, Diowarriors is a website, a toy photography website dedicated to toy lines of various toy lines like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, Acid Rain, Elite Four. Say again?
Marvel.
Marvel. There you go.
All that stuff.
All that stuff, exactly. Anyway, so who wants to start first?
Well, I think the gentleman over there has got a lot of stuff to show, so let's get him on the road.
All right, our fearless leader, Andre. What have you got for us, sir?
Yes. I've been busy printing quite a bit. But the more interesting topic is I just sent off the application tonight to actually form Diowarriors Manufacturing LLC.
Wow.
And we'll see how things shape out within the next 2 days, and I'll give you all some more feedback on that.
Awesome.
But for everyone wondering about it, we've been making plans over the past year, a little bit more than that, to print props and things and sell them through our websites and so forth. And people have been asking that. And one reason why we haven't actually gone public with it, being so active with it, is because we want to do everything right and have, for example, a license to sell, things like that. And so we've been holding back until we get the LLC formed. And so we're now one step closer to getting props into the hands of people.
So what is an LLC going to cover? It's a limited liability company?
Correct.
Okay, so what is that? What exactly does that entail, or what is the? I've never really knew what the. I knew what it stood for, but I don't know really what the whole.
There's a number of benefits, and I'm not extremely versed in all of them, but the most common benefit it deals with tax purposes, and you probably get a better explanation from Wikipedia, because there's different types of LLCs, and of course things depends on things like I don't want to get sidetracked, but anyway, Wikipedia would have a better explanation, but most of the benefits seems to be on taxes, so we'll see how things go out with that.
By the way, LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. Is that correct?
Corporation.
Okay. Limited Liability Corporation. Perfect.
So we'll be Diowarriors Manufacturing will be the official name.
All right.
Yay.
Diowarriors Manufacturing LLC, and that would be covering 3D printed toys, right?
Right. And the latest news with that is, yeah, our bulk of our stuff is 3D printed, 3D design. In terms of reality, though, some of those things, it's an evolution. Right now, it's 3D printed stuff. Some of those 3D printed things will be resin cast. Later on, as we get the equipment, we'll go into injection molding. So it's going to be an evolution of how our products are set up. Most likely, though, it's going to be a hybrid. So, for example, some parts may be 100% 3D printed. Others may be a percentage resin, a percentage 3D printed in one model. Things like that. So, you know, it'll be a different number of different types of materials used. Whatever yields the best type of results.
Right. Okay.
But for example, okay, some parts need to be very strong. Those things may be 3D printed. Some parts may need to be easy to sand and do post work. Those might be of a softer material, perhaps a resin material. Some things may need to be rubbery. That might be some sort of resin as well. So it just depends on what part of the product. But then again, too, things may change. If you cost down, we'll see about injection molding more and more. And but anyway, talking about props, I got a bunch of props here.
All right.
Some of these are. Some of these are incomplete. These are still prototypes. Like this one, so it's not glued or anything, but it's two halves. But it's one of those type of power generators. Something.
Oh, nice.
So,
very nice. Oh yeah.
They have.
Oh yeah.
The don't really have it, but the parts are done in sections. So you didn't have, if you're interested, you can take the parts apart, paint them with more details. Can't really see here so well, but maybe I can move this and show. We've got fins on these things.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
If you have, some electrical skill of some sort, or you know how to hook up electric motor, you could probably hook it up in the back. Some things are turned to spin this thing, and do some sort of effect. Other things I've been working on is on the 3D printed part, is doing very, very fine prints. I don't know if you can really see the details, but each line is 0.5 millimeter thick.
Wow.
But it's very strong. It's very, very rigid. And this whole piece here is about 3 or 4 millimeters thick.
Wow. What is that?
This one.
That's a bulkhead, a wall.
This is actually, it should be like a ventilation piece. It's big enough for a finger to crawl through, or look through, spy on someone, kick down and make the escape. This one though is set up to hold some lights. So I have to maybe glue this one in, but I got some lights here. Here's a little industrial type of light. Don't know if you see it very well.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day. That's nice. And the light will actually go through it. You put an LED on it.
Well, here is an LED.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, very nice.
So you can color these in other colors like red and have a red alert type of system. Or the other nice thing is that these things can be mounted not just on the ceiling but also on a wall.
Right.
So you can have a wall mounted. You can even put it on the floor or some other thing, and just do something a little bit different. Talk about a few days ago, I posted a picture of a corridor I'm working on. So this is kind of this is part of it right here.
Oh, nice.
I'm doing details for the ceiling part, and the way this one fits in is something like, well, this is not the right piece, but the idea is that you have the ceiling part inside here. You can put something like the door grate, well, the ceiling grate on top. So little by little, we'll be offering different types of panels, different types of details. So you can just snap into place different types of things. If you want a vent type piece here, we'll have that. If you want something that has holes for lights or something for I don't know, some hoses, other effects, will be offering different types of detail things. So we've got a lot of that going on. And the last thing that I want to show at the moment is a small little prop for a satellite dish.
Oh.
So
That'll be a nice replacement.
Is movable.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can tilt it up, down. The legs are also movable, so everything is adjustable.
Wow.
So is that supposed to be like a SATCOM?
It
Like
could
a
be.
portable.
It could be anything you want. You can take it off and move it. Put it on, I don't know, put it on something else.
Probably just put it on a regular building and just make it like a regular,
Exactly. Yeah.
like dish TV type thing.
And the thing is that other than this part, glue is required on this one. But other than that, everything else doesn't require glue.
That's awesome.
But of course, if you want a more secure fit, nothing beats glue.
Managed to work out the kinks on those little pegs and putting them in, and the hinges and stuff.
Yes, actually, what I found to be very useful are these vinyl rolls. And I just
What do you mean
cut
rolls?
them aside.
Filament rolls?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, really.
John.
This is- Oh, it's 15, whatever.
Fake account.
It's
It's his fake account.
millimeter, quarter-inch,
Supposed to be his profile.
diameter. So anyway, I just cut them, to the right sizes, and I just put a peg inside, and there's enough contact, enough friction to keep the connection very, very tight and still movable. So at the moment, that's what I have to show.
All right. Let's welcome Mr. Ed Spear. He just joined us, and Shane Wellen.
Hey.
Look, I dressed up.
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Did somebody say it was my fake account?
Say what now?
I thought I heard somebody said it was my fake account.
Oh.
No, it's a friend of mine.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Because I don't know if I signed it to my regular or to my West Coast.
Oh, hi there.
Okay, so gentlemen, I have a question. That BBI Elite Force, what do you guys think of it?
Haven't seen any.
At Target? Sean? Ed?
I've seen them.
I haven't even seen one.
Really?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, hold on a second.
The Hind has some potential, but I think it's too small. But if you were to take several of them and maybe put them in the background and do a forced perspective, I think that could work well. But as a aircraft, it's not that great. It's got good detail, just too small. Just like the A-10. That thing is
Yeah,
so
those
big.
vehicles, like BBI said, those are going to be just for the toy market. The good ones, the collector ones, they're going to be coming out, I guess, in the next wave, if sales on the toys do well. As far as the figures, they're okay. They're decent. This is your boy here, there, Sean. Air Force Night Stalker. I don't know what a Night Stalker is, but he's Air Force. Okay, pretty good articulation from the waist up. I'm not a big fan of T-crotches, so.
What kind of helmet is that that he has? Is that like is it a?
It's a green one.
Well, I know it's green, but is that a microphone on it?
It is green.
It has a microphone on it and some big eyes on it, binoculars.
So I wonder if that's maybe a helicopter pilot. So I know the Night Stalkers, they were flying the little birds.
Yeah. Okay, and here's the Navy. That's okay. So anyway, the PMC, the private military contractor, he's the first one that I opened up. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of T-crotches, so I put a regular G.I. Joe, an old G.I. Joe lower torso on him, and he looks pretty good.
Now, how much are those, Arnold? Like $5?
$4.99. Very, very basic. Just comes with a figure, the weapon, a backpack, and a helmet. This is what Hasbro should be doing. You know, don't waste our money, don't waste their time coming up with stupid missile launchers or one of them rappel gear, whatever. You know, trying to justify a $10.99 price. Just keep it at $4.99. Just keep it at one weapon, one backpack, and one helmet, and we're happy.
Yeah, I agree with you, but let me ask you this. How's the plastic quality or the weapon quality? I mean, like...
Okay, the weapon quality is Marauders quality. It's it's rigid. It's good plastic. It doesn't bend.
That's a plus for me. I hate those soft weapons.
The plastic is medium, not too soft, not too hard. The problem is with the joints.
Where are we gonna have our dance meet?
With the upper arms here, this is one of the weak parts right here. Okay, because one of the other PMCs I got, this was already loose in the package and it fell off. It came off. It's just a little peg, and sometimes the pegs are not formed well, so you can't even like pop it back in because the peg is too small for the hole. You know, just.
I bought 3 of those new ones, and of those 3, one of the upper arm swivel, like Arnold is describing, just came right out, and I was able to pop it back in, but if I moved it, it will fall out again.
Yeah. Mander had the same problem as I did with the upper arms, but yeah, that's their common problem there. Which one do you have there, Andre?
Well, this is the same one that you showed. This is the
private military contractor,
and this is an original. So the legs are a little bit different from the original. The new ones, the legs seem to be more balloonish around the hips. The both T-crotch. The construction of the new ones seems to be a little bit different than the original. The joints on the shoulder they look more larger than the original. I'm assuming the plastic is slightly different. The original, I was afraid to move some of the joints sometimes because the pegs will snap off. I have a few broken arms and legs on some of these. I don't know how the new ones, the plastic will hold out over time, because sometimes the plastic gets brittle over time. So don't know what the shelf life will be. It's
The good thing about these figures also is well, the backpack, you can't really use it because it's got that big, large peg.
Yeah.
You can't really trim it down to fit the toes. But my other PMC's head fell off, and I used one of the crappy maritime operators. Anyway, I did a head swap on this guy. But the pouches
Yeah.
all around them.
Yeah.
Oh man, just take an X-Acto knife and you can take them off one at a time, and they're perfect. Hard plastic, very easy to cradle onto your custom Joes or Cobra. You know, this is one of the plus for me. The pouches, good detail on them, and very easy to harvest.
Yeah, and for $5, you can do that.
Exactly, for $4.99, it's a good deal, very good deal. So
Any word
anyway,
on?
say again now.
Sorry, I'm just wondering. Any word on what BBI is supposed to be coming out with if this line is successful? I mean, what is coming up in the future?
Their page on their website has been quiet.
Mm.
The last thing they posted was in mid-August, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. They just said, you know, they appreciate the feedback, all the reviews, good and bad, and like they said, they wanted to clarify these are toys for children, and they hope to release BBI collectibles pretty soon. And everybody's waiting on that Humvee, the Black Hawk, and I guess a few people are waiting on a couple of Phantoms, but the Hind, everybody wanted the Hind. You know, and people were losing their minds on this baby Hind that they came out with. I mean, come on, you know, just one guy bought one and customized it, painted it up, and he had an October Guard in there. It's a single person cockpit, but it looked good. It looked pretty good.
Is that the one that had Dana in the cockpit?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And
Yeah, that was nice.
The BBI Little Bird and the Hind, I think neither one of them have the plexiglass and plastic cockpit shield, whatever, windshield. So it's kind of an open cockpit. I guess.
Yeah, this
BBI
was. That's what I
masterpiece. What do you got there, man? Ooh.
The I don't know what you want to call this thing.
Crimson Copter?
Yeah, the desert, whatever, the one that came out in 2002.
Right.
It's got the little handle that pops down. And
Is that a Hasbro one?
yeah, it's Hasbro's G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe line? Really?
And it's got the little
It kind of looks like
missiles in there.
Kind of looks like a Republic gunship.
But it's got the cockpit in there. It's got the dual spots in there. I mean, they don't. The rear area don't fit them very well because, you know, of course, the 4-inch figures are just a little bit taller. But
Right.
it's an actual. Let's see if I can get the sticker in there. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's got the little. Push these down. They lock into place, and then when you pull the trigger, they pop up.
Wow.
But yeah, if anybody's going to get it for the October Guard figures, I would highly recommend getting this if you can find it.
Yeah. What is it called?
I don't know. Wasn't it the night strike copter or something like that? Or
Okay.
there was two different versions. There was the G.I. Joe, then there was the Cobra one.
The Cobra one is a Cobra Crimson something, Crimson Copter.
Yeah.
What do y'all think of the 50th anniversary?
Heat Viper. Let's start with him. What do you guys
Don't
think
have
of
it.
Heat Viper?
Eh, not a fan. Too.
Yeah, I passed on him. Ed?
I love the old figure. It was one of my favorite figures. But this new one doesn't really do it for me. It's not really the design, it's the quality. I'm really disappointed with the quality of the 50th anniversary. I mean, so much that it's kind of turned me off of G.I. Joe, really.
The
Beast from the East.
There's missing paint apps on mine. Like, the purple is very splotchy. The silver on the mask is gloppy. The missiles are soft plastic. There's nowhere to attach the hose unless you just plug it into the top of the thing. I mean, it's just very like shoddily done. The plastic is really soft, even softer than. I mean, we're just going from like the Pursuit of Cobra and the 30th anniversary, which were pretty much perfect figures, to like subpar figures.
Really?
I'm very disappointed with them. And I only have the Heat Viper. I don't have the other ones yet. They're sitting at Big Bad Toy Store, and I'm seriously considering telling them to cancel the order. Give me credit or something. That's just not what I think.
Andre, what do you think of it?
Well, I'm not too crazy about the Heat Viper in general. I never really caught on with the helmet. That's always turned me off. Now, this figure being my first one I ever got, I don't know the logic of having missiles down there. I haven't really looked into, but the figure itself, this particular one, is it does have quality issues around the purplish area. You can't see it here, but there's the molded folds of the clothing. Some of the paint for the purple doesn't go all the way to the valleys of those folds.
Yeah, that's the exact issue with mine. I mean, it's like they just maybe gave it one coat and didn't bother to like to go over it again. I mean, there's a lot of that on this
Like
figure.
Clint's arms, like that.
The other thing is the hose for this weapon. I don't know where it's supposed to go, really. Everyone comes up with their own way. I look at the plastic figure, it looks like it connects to the faceplate. There's no peg there. So I see people connecting it to 3 little pegs on the top of the backpack or the one at the bottom of the backpack. I do know that the classic one also had a black velvet vinyl tube.
Exactly.
And apparently this one can attach to this peg, but I don't know where it would actually attach to the backpack.
On the original figure, there was a spot on his shoulder where the hose, the gray hose, attached, and then there was a black hose that attached to his helmet, I believe. And they're just just not there.
Yeah, so it's not a bad figure if you're not looking for a Heat Viper. If you're into customs, for example, this one is a bland figure in terms of there's no real gear on the figure itself. So it's good for customs on if you want to build something on top of the body. Other than that,
the design, it's not the design that turns me off. I've always liked the fantasy aspect of G.I. Joe more than the military, so I don't have a problem with the design. I just have a problem with the quality.
yeah.
And even the backpack is soft plastic. Like, I don't know if you noticed that on it. Like it's like a really kind of soft, gummy plastic backpack. Even. and it's just not. I don't know. Like I just don't like it.
Well, this one here, the backpack is pretty rigid. What's gummy is this. This part is gummy.
Oh yeah, the missiles are.
Yeah.
My missiles. I don't know if you can see on mine, but my missiles are actually more. Especially the one on the inner.
Yeah.
Jeez. Can you take them off?
Yeah, they come off. Yeah, they come off just like the old one.
Okay, what about the missile mount rig? Can you take it off the foot?
I don't
Completely?
think so. I think that's on the thing that attaches the missiles.
Yeah.
I don't think that comes off. I mean, you'd probably have to take his foot off or something.
Yeah, because if I had a heat viper, I'd take that whole rig off. It's just useless. I mean, what is it? Like a suicide missiles? Like if he's about to get captured, he'll shoot those missiles.
I really
down
think they're like ammo storage. Like this is what his gun shoots, so he kind of has those to load onto his weapon. But that's what I always thought. I mean, I don't know. I haven't researched that, but
Right, right.
They
It's like
were
the
like
missiles
little
are up-
napalm mortars.
You've got
They
the
can, like,
missiles
grab
upside
it and
down.
load it
He
in his
uses
gun.
them for jetpack.
There you go.
Yeah.
Little wheels pop out of his backpack, and he sparks them up, shoots backwards. His way to retreat.
But I will give them one prop. They did modify the helmet so it looks like the box art versus the original one where it was just one side was silver on the original figure, but the box art had both sides were silver, and they updated his head at least. So I'll give them props for that.
Well, that helmet I'm not too hot on. Kind of looks like a modern Phantom of the Opera.
So you're not too hot on the Heat Viper helmet.
Hayden, stop.
Well, how about the red Night Viper?
Really?
I like him, but I just don't like that his sniper rifles don't fit in his hand. That just
They
irritates the
can
crap
fit.
out of me.
They can fit, but not very securely.
Why is he red?
He's angry.
cool.
He is red because
He's the tomato sniper?
no, because it refracts the infrared,
Oh.
from the night vision goggles.
I smell the BS.
That's
Actually,
all I can come
it's
up
for
with.
colorblind people. They don't know he's red.
Right?
Oh, is that what my problem is? I don't like the color because I can't see it.
He's invisible.
Yeah, it's actually gray.
Why are you playing with nothing, Andre? What do you have there?
It's magic.
Ah! It'll be magic if Hasbro ever makes G.I. Joe again.
Yeah, it would be.
What do you think of his web gear?
Well, I don't like it. It's first of all, everyone points to a particular gun that's on the side of the packaging where low light is, and I tried putting that gun in. It seems to want to fall out. The only gun that I find that fits securely is the ones that were released with the Rise of Cobra. Those. I don't know what you call it, concussion type pistols or something that shot like this concussion thing of air or something, blew people down.
Right.
Anyway, that one fits into this piece.
Oh, you mean from the Mars officer?
Correct.
Yeah.
And but I don't really find it really fits anything else really fits securely into here unless it's larger around the barrel or something like that. I went ahead and replaced the web gear with a shock trooper one,
Right?
and I personally think
That's
it
the
looks
shock
better
trooper
on
Yeah,
this.
that looks good.
This looks good. This guy right here. This one.
Well,
I like this
yeah,
one.
I don't have my green Night Viper out. Does he come with a pistol that fits in that holster?
Let's see.
Yeah, it does.
That's the pistol.
It's too
That's
big.
the pistol.
What I originally did with mine is I poked a hole at the end of the holster so the barrel will push through, and it holds it in. You know, it holds. It's a snug fit.
I don't have a problem with mine. Mine sits in there fine.
But the problem with mine was that while I was working on the holster, it snapped off. The left shoulder strap snapped off. It was just thin plastic. That's why I went and grabbed a vest and I put it on, and I think it looks better with a vest instead of like that harness.
The shoulder snapped on your red Night Viper you just got?
Yep.
Wow.
The shoulder strap.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No. Well, the green one, for me anyway, the pistol kind of sticks out a
Right.
bit realistically.
Right. That was my problem too.
Yeah.
Even if it held, it's sticking out, and I don't like it like that. So I poked a hole and I pushed it through.
The only other gripe that I have about the Night Vipers in general is that the backpacks were released with the Rise of Cobra Neo Vipers, and those had weapons that attached to the pegs in the backpack.
Yeah.
And without those weapons, it looks rather incomplete. You got these square things. What are they? And then you got these groove holes to attach things that the Neo Viper had anyway. Commando Viper, whatever it was, Elite Viper.
Elite
The Desert
Viper.
Viper had
Yeah.
it too.
Elite
Because the
Viper.
Desert Viper came with those big axes and pickforks that they
Right.
really need in the desert.
So the backpack is like it's missing something. But it's a good-looking backpack, though. You know,
So
in terms of the sculpt of the
You're
backpack.
saying that the backpack has peg holes, and you don't have nothing to put in there?
Right. Well, it's got two little squares where the spot on the Elite Viper's guns could snap on,
Okay.
and then it's got like a slot on the left where, like, I think that pole, or you remember where some of them came with like a spear or something?
It's
I
the
think that
Desert
spear
Viper.
could fit in there.
Yeah, that's the Desert Viper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think a shotgun will kind of fit in there if you rig it right. The shotgun he comes with.
here's a Neo Viper here. I don't know if you can see it extremely well.
Yeah, that's pretty
It has this axe type thing that fits into the backpack. And then the two weapons.
Wow. I don't think I ever had a Neo.
I didn't know those MP5. I didn't know those machine guns fit in the backpack like that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I know the other Viper had both rifles snap onto the side of the backpack, not on the back of it. I don't think I ever had that one with axe.
Let's see.
Guys, I need to go to bed.
So here's the Neo Viper with the two weapons in the back.
See, you know we're going backwards when Rise of Cobra figures are better than the current G.I. Joe figures.
You know what I mean now? I like Playmobil. Check out this guy. He's got 6 points of articulation. Comes with a bunch of accessories.
Oh yeah, these are awesome, man.
Alright.
So are you gonna paint that cat to make it look like Bubba?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I got something to show you. I showed Sean earlier. This came from Carlos Martinez Flores, like a long time ago. Sculpted a boombox. Anyway, I made a mold of it. I'm gonna send you guys, each one of you guys, one of these.
Ah,
Cool.
Okay. It's a pain in the ass to paint, so I'm just gonna give it to you guys unfinished. You paint it yourselves.
I'm gonna take back some of the things I've said about you.
Question.
And here's another one.
Oh, hey.
It's it may be too bright, but it's a
Yeah.
MREs.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you guys like about 4 of them.
Oh, you selling?
And I was pretty successful with the BBI, the small BBI weapons crate. Here you go. I had to shave off the handles because it was ripping up the mold, and it wouldn't pull out right. I was having problems with the hinges, so I just put electric tape on it and I painted on them, and then I hollowed out the
Hey, I
inside.
asked you once. I'm not going to ask you again. Stop doing that.
I hollowed out the inside because with the rails it can only fit like 4 submachine guns. This way, because I managed to put like MP5s in there.
Mm-hmm.
I can put like 6 MP5s in there now. If I make enough, I got the molds and I got enough resin. I'll make sure I'll send each and every one of you guys these weapons crates. The small ones at least. Still working on the big one. The Danger at the Docks one. Okay, I like the way they did the hinge. Very easy to mold. And rubber took to it well. So I'm waiting on the rubber to dry now so I can start casting. If I make these in time, I'll send you guys a whole bunch of these too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And also, if you noticed, I shaved off the handles on these too. They're just very problematic for me on the rubber molding. So.
Very nice.
Well, you're just such a swell guy, Arnold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And by the way, okay. Well, here's the first one. I was having problems with the first mold. It just wouldn't fill out right. See, it's I don't know. The mold was all messed up. It was all fucked up. But the good thing about this is my resin when it hardens up, it's harder than your soft plastic weapons crate. So, considering I've only been doing casting for about 3 weeks, I think I'm doing good. So, you know,
I like it.
whatever I come up with, I'll make sure and share it with you guys.
Nice.
Yes.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Talking about weapon boxes, you know, you all seen the latest that I did on the gun racks. I'm still kind of trying to figure out a way to print better the actual box itself. There's a lot of support structure I have to spend time carving off. But once I figure that out, I'll start making these for everyone. But you know, the technique with the this very thin process with a very thin 1/2 millimeter thick extruded plastic is actually pretty tough. You know, it's slightly flexible, but it's more rigid than I thought.
Yeah.
You know, even here.
Yeah, now that I know a little bit more about casting, and I was talking to Jesse Tofu this weekend, you know, about like hollow stuff. When he saw your original 3D print of the original gun rack that you gave me, it was hollowed. You know, you had those little slits on the side. Those were also problematic because the mold goes through it.
Right.
Okay. So when you printed out that gun rack that's all mesh, that's gonna be a pretty big problem. Injection molding, I'm learning a little bit more about it. Same thing. You won't be able to pull it out of the mold. So those kind of things like hollow stuff, mesh stuff, that would probably be best left to 3D printers.
Right. Yeah, that's one why at the beginning I was mentioning some of our products are going to be hybrids, according to it's not going to be one material or process for everything. It's going to be according to the strengths of that. For example, like with these things, the 3D printing can easily handle this. Or for example, I can make actual chains, with the actual links of the chains put together. Something you can't really do to reproduce in casting, or for that matter, with injection molding. But that's something that a 3D printer can easily handle. So things like this are probably most likely what this is going to end up having is to have the box as a frame without the sides, and so that will be easier to cast. And then what will probably be 3D printed and included is the mesh. And then you just attach the mesh to the box. Things like that. But I am having a little bit of a challenge in terms of getting the cover to stay securely on. It's going to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you know what I noticed about with the rubber molding that I'm using? You know how you etched Diowarriors.com, or I think just Diowarriors on the gun plate?
Yeah.
Dude, it comes out, man.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I mean the detail. Yeah, the rubber molding it'll cling on to the patterns. That's why I just need to start learning a little bit more from Jesse. Jesse's very at he gave me some pretty good tips. But yeah, I mean look at the detail on the lid. Okay, hold on. Look at the detail on the lid on both of them. See? It takes that pattern. It takes the details. So where you had Diowarriors printed up, it shows up too on the cast resin.
I wonder if I could just send little squares saying like Diowarriors.com or something like that, or DW or something, and you can just attach it to something and then make a mold, not permanently attached, just tack on, make the mold so it actually has DW on there, and then you just take that piece.
Branding the props. Yeah, you can do that.
Right, but like stamp it on there.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious about the other things about the 50th anniversary. I kind of want to get everyone's opinions on. I just got the Arctic thing from Big Bad Toy Store today, and
the Ice Wolf pack.
Yeah, the one with this
Okay.
How many did you get?
I just got one. They are showing up at the Toys R Us over here now, believe it or not.
Yeah, I should have bought mine at Toys R Us. I got charged $91 for two of them.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, they raped me on that.
A lot of
forgot.
scalpers are scooping them up. Scooping them up.
Andre, how's the Ice Viper? That was always one of my good figures that I really liked.
So here he is. Don't know if you can see really well.
Yeah, we can see him.
And he's got the size. That's cool. All right.
Right. These things are they're not really securely attached. It's like...
What is it, a nice pick?
Yeah, they just tack on, I mean, they're they can come off very, very easily. Speaking about the Rise of Cobra, he's got the Rise of Cobra gauntlet arms, so they don't have the wrist movement. But it's not too bad. Look, there goes the other one.
The hands.
Yeah, but the only other thing I have that I could say is a mistake, but it's not a very serious thing, is that the goggles they don't attach easily to the helmet. They just rest on there. I mean, I could push it down enough that it'll go over his eyes and cover him. But
When you do that, does it stay on?
What's that?
When you push it down to cover his eyes, does it stay on?
Yeah, but they do have a tendency to go down to his nose and to his mouth.
Okay, so it's just generally loose.
Right. You know, it's not that bad if you could find a particular angle to put the goggle strap towards, but I like to have it kind of up.
Yeah.
It's not a bad figure.
Just glue
There
it up.
is quality control here, though. These little pads or something, looks like something else was originally there for the legs, so they put something, but it doesn't quite cover completely. There's a little seam separation in the parts. Other than that, yeah.
Well, he looks pretty good.
Typical Hasbro, just taking shortcuts.
Yeah.
I want it.
Let's see. I keep forgetting. What was the original?
The Skyhawk.
Skyhawk.
Yeah, because now they have like Ghost Hawk everywhere. It's throwing me off.
Ghost Hawk, Eagle Hawk, Tomahawk.
Yeah. The only thing that I can say about this one is that it's nice. You know, the skis are a bit thicker than other versions that I have.
Well, it's got a canopy. That's nice.
Yeah, it's more blue. You know, the previous one, I believe, is this one. You know, it's no real view.
Yeah, I've got
that's
that one.
amazing. Yeah,
It's
me too.
digital, man.
Don't like it.
Now, the only complaint I have on this is that, at least on mine, the engines want to come off easily when you turn them.
That's the same with the
That's
original.
notorious.
But this is the only one that I have that actually have problems. All the other ones I have don't have this problem. So,
You got
You know.
some chicken?
I know that was rough. That was rough.
so what?
Shane. Call safe. That was horribly loud.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't hear the bear in the background?
Bubba.
Hot noise in the water.
Yeah,
Bridge, sonar, hot noise in the water.
it was Bubba.
I was referring to like the original Skyhawk in the 80s didn't even have a window in the canopy. It was just open.
Open.
Or like glass or whatever.
I had the silver Air Patrol, whatever.
The Sky
that
Patrol?
was. Sky Patrol, yeah, I had the silver one. I liked it.
The original Skyhawk had 2 machine guns at the bottom
Right.
of
Yes.
the cockpit.
Yep.
What about that Ghost Hawk?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Andre, there's 2 machine guns at the bottom of that Ghost Hawk, right?
yes, there is.
Yeah.
Let me get it again. I'll show that. Okay.
I gotta
The
go.
world.
One of my people that are looking at my apartment's here. So I'll just leave this on. I'll come back. Hopefully you guys will be on.
Okay. So here's the machine gun, or cannon. It does have a removable hatch, just like the previous has.
Okay.
It's painted silver.
I see they used the original engines on it.
They used the what?
The original engines. The round engine.
Yeah, round. It's not quite the original from the original, but it is that style.
Right.
They didn't screw up on the stickers for me, except they have the American star here upside down on this side. I've seen people talk about having G.I. Joe actually upside down on the sticker. Yes, square engines, yeah. I kind of like the way those look in a certain way. I like the skis on that one.
Yeah.
And then there's
I still like the.
I want that. That's the only thing I want. Just send it to me.
I told you I was gonna get it for you, man.
Yeah, I don't have any
Son.
money. That's
Well,
right.
I love that vehicle. That is a cool vehicle.
You can always have that surgery another time.
Yeah.
Now, Andre, is it the original mold or is it recreated?
I do not know. I don't have the original. Never did.
Oh yes. That one is larger than the vintage.
So it's all new.
The guys, the vendor, the G.I. Joe vendors at Frankenstein, he had the vintage and the new one side by side, and everybody preferred the new one.
Okay. Well, that's a nice vehicle.
And it is actually larger. And the problem with a vamp set is that it just took the original vintage design and mold, and you can't really fit any 4-inchers in there. But that one there, that Andre's holding, it'll take it. It'll take a 4-incher.
What about 11?
I'm being good. I'm being good.
We love you a long time.
Shh. This is the rated G episode. It's the after party. Save it for the after party.
So it's got this retractable ski, these tracks. We put the thing into what they call ski mode. I have no idea what the propulsion would be in ski mode. It seems to be pretty sturdy. I don't really have any complaints except one, and it's probably due to maybe heat or something in storage. But on the right side of this, for mine, this piece doesn't want to stay securely in place. It wants to. It's like the plastic is warped. So I keep, you can see this gap right here.
Yeah. The classic one.
Yes,
Wouldn't
gap right
snap
here.
shut. I guess it's a design flaw.
There's only like a few.
So how is it
where-
supposed to move when you say you don't know about its propulsion? Is it like a half-track kind of thing, or
Well,
does it have tracks
I
at
got
the back?
Let me see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
But
All right.
the tracks can turn in,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you just have skis. Well, if you got skis in the front, skis in the back, how does the thing go forward?
Jet engine.
Go downhill.
Yeah, it skis downhill.
Or you use
Uncontrolled.
the dog sled.
Not
Like
any
we do.
brakes.
Yeah, I guess so. Get some polar bears,
Dog sled team.
In terms of some details, I do like when the light does shine on the black parts on the inside. Things do look nice. If you remove these things, you can see a little bit of the black gleam on that black main thing. It does look nice. There is some details underneath. I don't have my my torpedo skis, whatever, from the Rise of Cobra that came with the Ice Vipers there, but I don't know if they're compatible to this. But I'm not disappointed with it.
Wow.
Although
That's about the best. That's a best rating that Hasbro had all night.
I'm not disappointed.
Not disappointed with it.
what goes here? Was there anything
Yeah.
on the vintage that went here?
I think there's a couple of missiles that went there.
Snow pedos.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, then this one is missing some.
It was like missiles with skis, right? Like a missile with a ski on it or something? No, it's like a black ski with a white missile, I think. I mean, I'm kind of going from memory, but
Yeah, so there's some pegs that they don't fit figures. So it's just missing something that didn't come with it.
eBay.
Evil Bay.
Yeah. Let's see. What else came that I can show?
Do you have the Danger at the Docks, Andre?
I do. I don't have it. Yeah, I have it. I do have it available. Hold on.
Cool. Hello, Dusty.
What's up, boys?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm being good because this is the G-rated episode.
Yeah, we're on air.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, there's a new thing, an updated version on the Google Hangout. If you want to broadcast on air, you got to click on Hangouts on air, and then you have to choose how long you want to broadcast for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can no longer just keep on broadcasting. That's why I was having. It took me like about an hour and a half to finally get this thing running.
So how long?
By the time Shane joined, I mean we were just getting started.
So how much longer do we have on this?
I don't know. I clicked on 2 hours, and I don't have a timer. It doesn't show anything. And also, it's being the host. I got the toolbar, and I can see who's been watching and if there are any comments. We had 2 viewers.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Now we're down to 0.
Hooray!
Because this thing is broadcasting in public too, on Google Plus.
Wow.
If you click on Google Hangouts on air, you can choose on like whatever Hangout is on air right now and watch it. So I clicked on public and Diowarriors, and yeah, we had 1 or 2 people who were watching this.
They heard me.
Talking about.
clean a room.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
They heard me
So-
fart and tuned out.
Here's the new valve. It's just
I like
like 25th one.
I like it. I see you didn't put the sticker on the headlights there.
No, I didn't put any stickers on any of them.
No decals.
No
Decals.
decals. I don't have time for decals.
Nobody got time for that.
Well, I sat down. I made time. I sat down. I got my tweezers on. I was gonna put it on the night landing craft. I got a black decal that's supposed to go on a black motor. I mean, come on. I know it's a night landing craft. It's supposed to be stealthy. But I mean, really? Like the danger signs? Black on black, it's just a crime.
So this one has got these rubber hoses. I don't remember that the original had rubber hoses,
Right?
but this one does, and they do kind of hinder in terms of it doesn't do a 360-degree turn, only about 180.
Right.
Not even that. A little bit less than 180.
Like more like 165. 165
yeah,
and 3/4.
172.
172 and 3/4.
Sold.
Yeah, and also take note, people. When you assemble that missile launcher, make sure you put on hoses before you snap those 2 parts together.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's a bitch to put on.
What I do like about this, compared to the brown version, is that the hubcaps on these things, they're gray, they're not white standing out. You know, it's not a bad vehicle. It holds pretty well. It seems to be the same as the fifth in terms of overall construction and feel. So, you can't go wrong with another vamp.
Exactly. I love the fan. I drive one. Actually, I drive an Arctic Stinger. There's the classic Stinger there.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
I got this for nothing.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I got a couple of them off of eBay for cheap too.
I literally got this for nothing. I paid nothing for it.
Really?
One of my best friends, his brother-in-law was cleaning out their attic and he was going to sell some stuff on eBay, and Dan had told him that I was a collector. He said, whatever he wants, just take it, because then I don't have to sell it. And so I got that. I got my Transformers Generation 1 Jetfire with all the armor.
Wow.
He's really yellow, but he's still in great condition. Like, he's super sun-yellowed, but I've got all his booster armor kicking around somewhere. And I think I got a Trouble Bubble.
Wow. How's the white one?
What's that?
How's the white plastic on the Trouble Bubble? Is it yellowy also?
No, it was still pretty. It was like gray. So, my Jetfire though, he's yellow. Like, he's nicotine yellow.
That's from the heat.
You know that?
Yeah. Hello, darling. I'm Jetfire.
He was
You know what
actually
that vamp reminds me of?
the cartoons.
What?
He was actually a pretty good character in the cartoons. Jetfire, Skyfire.
Yeah.
But he's not a Veritech cartoon. Was he?
No, he's just a big airplane in the cartoon. Like
See.
Yeah, he turns into like a big white bird, but he's got an ego on him, which is funny. But he does come to the rescue a lot.
See, I like the fact that Jetfire's a Veritech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
There, Andre?
Have y'all got the Revoltech mini figure?
Yes.
Everybody has them.
Yeah, I just got one today.
Oh, wow.
Mine has the crotch thrust on him.
No.
You know, he just has to display his pudding cup. He can't stand up straight. He has to show off that pudding cup. You know.
Takes it after his owner, I guess, eh?
Which is why I posted that picture. You know, when he was standing next to Jinx. It's like,
Tapioca.
yeah, look at my crotch. Look at it. You know, and Jinx is like this.
You can position him so he stands more straight, but he got to really the upper legs. You know, it's on one of the peg and ball socket kind of combination. So you got to keep on moving around until finally the leg is straight.
But mine, you know, without the stand, I cannot make him. He won't maintain his balance until he'll thrust out that pudding cup. He's very proud of it.
I am amazed.
So if I ever get the Cyber Ninja, you know, I'm gonna have them do like a face-to-face. You know, like they're looking at each other like this, and then you pan down and they're both like
bumping ugly.
Start fighting.
Bet
Well,
you
yeah, okay. I like the articulation on him, and I did not know until you guys told me, because Shane said Revoltech is known for having those clickety joints. Mine didn't ratchet at all. He ain't no ratchet.
Let me go get my Xenomorph. He's out hanging out in the living room.
Okay.
This one comes like smaller. Maybe change the joints on it.
Say again?
And they all had the ratchet.
Yeah, well, not the Revol Mini.
Yeah, I guess the smaller ones have different joints.
Yeah. I'm very happy with it. You know, just not not too hot on the crotch thrust. But with mine, I figured out how to take off the face, and it comes with a tool where you can move the eyes around. And I don't think mine. He still has that derpy eye look. I can't move my eyes around, or his eyes around. But
Boy, that's pretty amazing on a figure that small.
yeah.
Well,
It's got a lot of detail.
So here is a regular Revoltech. I'll put it up to the microphone, but it does have Revoltech hinge. Don't know if you can hear this.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Arnold, bet you wouldn't mind a crotch thrust from that one, huh?
Oh, I wouldn't mind that at all. But I do mind it on Solid Snake. Hello, ladies. Yeah. Just one little thing I want to show off real quick. While I was out Joe hunting that 3-day weekend, I found this set.
What is it? Oh, piano?
Pool table?
Pool table.
Oh, pool table. Wow.
Oh.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good price too, $24.99 I think. But
Wow, what did you find?
I had to have it. I had to have it.
What brand is it? Where did you find it?
This is a Town Square miniature. They're dollhouse miniatures from Hobby Lobby. The same people who won't insure pregnant people or abortionists, whatever. But I've been looking at dollhouse miniatures lately. I found some Coke cans and some, paintings, wall paintings and stuff. Ooh. All right, let's move over to Shane here real quick first there, Andre. What do you got there? The big chap, May?
This is the big chap. This is the Revoltech one, so he does have the ratchet joints, and wherever my microphone is, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this or not. But I don't know if you're hearing that.
Yeah.
Even his he can bend right over.
Wow.
So, but it all snaps, and he's like super articulated, and he'll stay in his pose because he's ratchet.
Okay. He's ratchet.
He's ratchet. This is a ratchet Revoltech, whatever you want to say.
What about his tail?
What?
His tail.
It's bendy. It's like a bendable rubber. It must be like rubber with like the metal filling in the middle of it, because you can bend it anyway and it's going to stay that way. Usually what I use it for is balance, so that he can stand up straight, because he's kind of top heavy, and if you use the tail as kind of like a tripod, then he stands up a lot better.
Yeah.
I love this figure. I probably paid a little bit too much for him, but I think he's
Where did you
fantastic.
get him?
eBay.
Oh, okay. Does he come with an egg?
He comes with an egg with the face hugger bursting out of it.
Oh, so it's not closed.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a sunflower pot.
Smell it, Arnold.
When you posted the picture, I was thinking, well, hey, I guess the big chap is a gardener. So it's a face hugger bursting out. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Haya toys that I got, the spitter and the not the swallower, the soldier. They both come with closed eggs. So I'm thinking of casting those too.
Are they translucent?
No, they're painted.
See,
They're,
the one thing that I like about that one is it's translucent. So that picture that I took where the light's going through it and it illuminated the egg and cane, I was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I really am looking at getting either the Haya Toys one or the Revoltic one, or maybe both.
well, I'm a cheap bastard, so I'm sticking with Haya Toys.
Yeah, I bought both of those Haya toys because of you, Arnold, and Ciarda. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Kirta.
Kirta.
I'm pretty happy with it.
I wish that stuff was a little bit easier to find here in Canada, because I'd probably pick up those Haya ones too, just because aliens.
Yeah, I really like those Haya
scales
toys.
to Joe's and
I would say those Haya Toys are not disappointing.
yeah.
$22 a pop. I mean, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move back to you there, Andre. What? Who do you have there?
Okay, this is a figure from the Appleseed Alpha series or story, whatever. One of the main characters, if I pronounce it right, I think it's like Diowarriors or something like that.
Me?
It's a very detailed figure. Cost about $80, and I think it's a little bit more than what I expected it to be. It's a little bit more expensive than I thought it should really be. It's a posable statue. Some things, apparently you can flex these sensor antennas here, but the paint is kind of dried to the rubber peg inside, so I don't want to flex it to then break it. But it's very, very posable. It's got some ratchet parts. I don't know if you can hear it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's got some ratchet type parts there. Comes with multiple hands. You can remove the vest and all that. But that's basically it. Comes with a sidearm, some pistol. His hands will hold them, and that basically is all that he does.
How tall is he?
He looks
This
big.
is basically a 12-inch figure.
Okay.
His
Yeah.
hands hold them, but do they know when to fold them? Do they know when to walk away, and do they know when to run?
When to run?
Well, he doesn't run, as far as I have seen. But
Thank
like,
you.
these
I'm
details-
here all week.
reason why I got this figure is because I do like the Appleseed story for the most part. It was one of those manga type things I got involved with back in the 80s before manga became book forms here. It was released as a comic book, comic book in a bi-monthly format. But the story was pretty nice. The art was very, very detailed. And later on, the creator of the story gains a lot of fame here in the U.S. because he comes out with the story Ghost in the Shell. And so there's some similar concepts. There's cyborgs. There's a lot of stuff that deals with an internet type of. It's like a cyberpunk type theme, but a little bit more clean. But there's a kind of a resurgence with Appleseed because now they have Appleseed Alpha. I have not really ever seen that, but the characters are the same. And apparently Appleseed Alpha takes place before the regular Appleseed storyline. So, so I'm a fan of it. But
Did you say that was play art?
yeah, yes it is. Yes, it is. So the
Okay.
detail is very, very good. They do have
Right.
a lot of detail. But it's $80 for a big statue.
Did they
Basically, it's
make
posable.
Doonan? Did they make Doonan to go with him? The girl?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do have that, but I wasn't going to spend $80 on that.
Yeah.
I got the Captain Harlock and the girl that he has.
You've got the play arts Harlock?
Yes, I'll get that.
Man, that is an awesome. I don't have that figure. That is a gorgeous figure, man.
Yes. It's here.
Yeah, I gotta start watching anime like you guys. I don't know who Harlock is.
Oh, it's so good.
You should. Hey, if you've got Netflix, they've got the new movie on Netflix, and it's amazing.
It's beautiful. I've watched it a couple
really
times
is.
already. It's just.
Yeah, well, the thing about Netflix is it asks for my credit card.
Yeah.
I think it's a pay service. I'll just look for the torrent for it.
Yeah.
I think it's just called Space Pirate Captain Harlock. Wow, that looks really good. Man.
Oh.
So I'm kind of messing it up on a stand, but so here's Harlock.
Oh.
Are those still
I'd buy that for $1.
So he's coming off the stand. So anyway, he's amazing amount of detail. I mean, if you can look at it really closely, different types of texturing on the different parts of the clothing. What looks like leather looks like leather. What looks like rubber parts looks like rubber. The red on the cape is shaded. It's an amazing amount of work. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if I'm going to see this on my cam. And of course, he's very posable. But the cape does hinder some of the movement. Let's see. The girl, I don't know her name. So here she is here. She's not as impressive as Harlock himself. She has a lot of work, a lot of colors are shaded to different reds, different shades of reds. She does have a hole on one of her legs that's, you see this gold? It's like the middle part of a zipper. But there's a hole right there that's disguised. You can't see it. You have to push it in. And one of her weapons attaches to that hole.
Huh.
But I wasn't going to do that. She comes with two of these guns, and they got these peg things on the guns that attach into that hole. But it was disguised, so I wasn't going to break it through. She's not as impressive as Captain Harlock is, but I figure it might as well just be complete and just get them both.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Yeah, they're just statues, right? They don't have any.
No, they're fully posable, and just that though is that I don't take these out like I do with Joe's. They're more fragile than Joe's. The Revoltec ones, you wouldn't want to drop them, for example, like you can with a Joe. But so these, they're more fragile, and I don't want to to just mess around with them so much. So I just kind of just pose them and then leave them. He is fully posable, just like a modern construction Joe.
Yeah, those are nice, man. Really nice.
Yup.
Yep. That's about the limit of all my new stuff right now.
Okay, how about you, Ed? You got anything to show us tonight?
Well, I pulled out this acid rain figure that I'd taken some photos of earlier this week. It's the Augured Infantry. It's the second action figure release for Acid Rain.
Okay.
And this is the box. The box is like super nice for this line. I don't know. I know Arnold has a couple, and I think Andre has a couple, but
no, I only have the Soul Commander.
Yeah. These are just super nice figures. And I mean, I know they cost a lot of money, but I'm getting to the point where I'd rather have fewer nice figures than a lot of crappy figures. Like, so, but you just you could. This is a little like slip cover on the box, and you just slide it off, and even the box inside is just really nice. It's got like foam where the figure's stored in like the foam and all that. So. I mean, it's just a really...
That's only for one figure?
Yeah, it's just a one figure.
Wow.
It's only for one figure?
And this is what he looks like. I don't know how... But they're just super detailed. They're pretty much articulated like the Pursuit of Cobra Joes. They have the spinning wrist, and then they have the wrist up and down on one side, and then left and right on the other side.
What about the leg articulation? Did he look up and down?
Yeah, and actually what they do, they have a neck, like the neck, they have the heads on a ball joint, which is kind of, I mean, it works, but the head kind of falls off a little easy, but the whole neck moves up and down. If you can kind of see that, to where it has the ball joint on where the head connects, plus like even on the, I don't know what you call it, torso.
Swivel.
Yeah.
Like this, yeah.
But so yeah, he can look up and down like really well. He's got really cool ankle joint where they kind of turn.
Rocker ankles, yes.
Rocker ankles, yeah, and then they can also go up and down.
Do they spin?
All of the joints are really tight. The arms feel kind of gummy, but I haven't had any problems with them, and I've posed them a lot, so I don't know. I think it's just like the kind of material they're made out of. And they're $22, but they're worth it. And this guy comes with 3 different weapons. He's got a real nice minigun. And the guns are all painted. It's hard to see in the picture, but the guns are weathered, and they've got like a lot of paint on them. And he comes with like a rifle here, and then a pistol. So,
okay.
And I think the Soul Commander's 20. This guy's 22. But the Soul Commander comes with just one weapon. So.
Do you have any of the Acid Rain vehicles?
Yeah, I have them all. I have the Stronghold, the Speeder, and the Raptor.
Really?
I'm curious about the Raptor. I'm this close to ordering it.
You want me to go get it real quick? I can show you some.
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest vehicles around. Hold on, I'll grab it real quick.
Okay.
Is the Raptor the single-seat cycle thingy?
Yes, it's the figure sits kind of forward. It's a mini 4-wheel vehicle.
Okay.
While Ed gets his Acid Rain vehicles, have y'all seen the Milestone 118 scale they have at Sam's?
Yes.
At where?
It's all
Sam's Club.
It's all die cast. You know, it's very, very detailed.
It's like your Jeep,
Oh,
right?
here's Ed. Okay, it's back.
Yeah. So far, all of the vehicles are coming in like a sand or a marine color,
Yeah.
and this is a marine. They haven't made a sand version of this, but this is the marine version.
Okay, I thought it was a cycle. It's a four-wheeler.
Yeah, it's like a quad.
Yeah.
And it's just super nice. I mean, it's hard to see, but the paint detail on this, it's like a custom, like somebody would paint at their house.
Is it
And
easy to transform?
yes, it does. It kind of transforms into a walker type thing. I'm not going to do it because it's kind of difficult, but it looks neat. I like it better like this, though. And what's really cool is this right here is real canvas that you take off. It's like a, what do you call it? What do you call those things? Like a parka or something like that? Or a bedroll.
Okay. I thought it was a bedroll.
Off, and you can actually undo it and unwrap it instead of just being sculpted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like my sleeping bags would fit on that quite nicely.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Are the wheels rubber?
What's that?
Are the tires rubber?
Yeah. They don't spin. They're not very free rolling, but yeah, they're rubber. They just don't spin, quite. I think if you loosened it up for a while, it would probably spin better, but they're pretty tight. And this does come with a figure. The pilot's included. It's really cool. Like, again, it's hard to see, but it's got the gas mask on, but it's painted kind of like a skull. So it looks really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a super nice. Of course, this is $80.
How much? Jeez.
Yeah.
You say 80 as in 80?
It's like about $300.
What's that?
Doesn't he have a vehicle that costs about $300?
No, the Stronghold's the most expensive thing, and I think it's like $130.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, like that's pretty
Don't
much.
give them any ideas, Arnold.
I'll take two.
It's like I said. I mean, it's like we're to the point now. You can pay $20 for a subpar GI Joe vehicle, or you got to pay $80 for a super high quality figure. I mean, there's like nothing in between anymore.
Okay, now what about availability? Are they available at BBTS now?
This is on pre-order. I got mine from Action Robo.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like $79. It's on pre-order. Big Bet Toys, but I think it's $90 for it.
Okay.
Which I don't know why all their other stuff is at the same price as overseas. I don't know what's higher on this particular vehicle, but and I got the feeling it's going to be hard to come by. It's not going to be something you're going to be able to find in 6 months or something like that. I just think, I think if you want it, you better get it now, and I just don't think it's going to be available later.
Yeah, I got that feeling too.
And then, of course, I don't know if you kept up with it, but at San Diego Comic-Con, they showed a bunch of different stuff that's coming out. And a lot of these things called Laurels, which are like mech suits, basically, for the figures, and they just look unbelievable. But who knows how much they're going to cost. I mean, I just have no idea, but they're really cool.
I got the feeling that Laurels are going to cost around the 150 mark.
They surprising.
Yeah, they there's what they showed in the San Diego. They have different models. They have a construction version. They have different. They even have
the desert.
They have a four-legged version.
I think 5 or 6 different ones.
Right.
And so you gotta, like I said, this is $80, but it does come with a figure. If the figure's $20, you're paying $60 basically.
Right.
$60 for a vehicle about the size of a van.
Oh no, it's smaller than a van.
Oh really? Oh great.
Here.
It looks like the size of one of those, the ferret.
Yeah. Okay, the ferret. Oh God, really?
Yeah, it's more like a ferret.
Wow.
Yeah, you know you want one, Arnold.
Nope. I quit Acid Rain, man, after I had those two Soul Commanders. Well, actually, the two Winged Samothrace. But it's just a little too expensive. So I kept one set, and the other set I traded, and I got these instead for the price of the Winged Samothrace. So yeah, I'm done with Acid Rain, man. I mean, you guys enjoy. I'm done with that.
I'm not a customizer. I can't really paint, and I love the weathering and the paint jobs on this stuff. And to me, it's like if you paid a customizer or something to make a G.I. Joe to look like this, I mean, you'd probably pay $60 to have somebody customize a G.I. Joe to look like that.
Yeah, a few guys on some of the customizing groups, they were all asking around like if it is worth it to paint up the Acid Rain figures, and everybody says, "No, man. I mean, it's just too expensive." But then again, you know, like you see that on the Acid Rain group that you guys are in, Tommy's group, there's a couple of guys there who are like painting him up. I mean, these guys must have money to burn. What are they, Russian mobsters?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not
absolutely.
anything that costs this much money. So.
Yeah, because I mean, they're painting them up, they're buying them up. Like this one guy bought like about 20 of them, and painted up about 18 of them. You know, I was like, damn, dude, that's 20 times 20. What is that? $400?
$400, Arnold. That's that many.
Yeah.
You know, now
I gotta say, like, I had originally bought this to kind of go with the GI, my GI collection, but they just don't quite gel. I mean, I think it's its own thing. The figures are a little stylized, like have some anime proportions, kinda, and they're just way too detailed. They just don't fit in. I mean, I've tried to pose them with a few Joes, like non-customized Joes, and they just don't. They don't look right together. So it's just going to be its own thing with me.
yeah, I think
Another thing that
I think
I don't like about that group is their anti-American sentiment. Bunch of guys from Eastern Europe, you know, customizing their Acid Rain figures, and then they're talking crap about America. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
I talk crap about America all the time.
Yeah, but you're North American.
Yeah.
You're not Eastern
Different
Europe.
if you live here.
So with the, I don't want to say the death of G.I. Joe, but with the decline of G.I. Joe, you know, people have money that they would have spent on, you know, on a vehicle, things like that, just sitting around doing nothing. So, you know, things like Acid Rain being $20 a figure, or Shane's Playmobil, there's this need for people to want to spend money on something like this, and so it's not going anywhere else, so they can have money to spend. But you know, look at us. You know, we got, you know, not just the Acid Rain, but you know, we're spending our attention on, you know, other figures, other lines, materials. Arnold's doing, you know, casting. That's not cheap. You know, Shane with the the alien figure. So, you know, I know these other people. They're not how to say, they're not only getting Acid Rain, but you know, they have to have their outlet on something.
Well, I firmly believe, I mean, I hate the cost of this stuff, but I firmly believe you get what you pay for. I mean, these Japanese figures, I mean, Shane, you can even see that Revoltech figure, yeah, it was probably $40 or $50, but that's probably better than any alien figure that's ever been made. I mean, it's like, if you're going to buy one alien figure, you know, that's probably the one to get, and you're just going to spend the $40. Or 50, whatever it was. I mean,
Yeah, and then you have a line figure. Everything below that is just tails.
right.
Everything else is just a toy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You know,
I'm really into Acid Rain right now, and then this World War Robot stuff by 3A. I mean, I am just in love with that stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. But here again, it's super expensive. I mean, I just kind of find deals on eBay. If I get a good deal on a figure, I'll pick it up. But I'm not paying, what some of these people are asking for that stuff. I only have a few pieces of that because it just costs too much. But it fits in with Acid Rain really well, even though it's 1/12 scale. Robots and the squares, you don't really know. I mean, they could be used for anything. So the paint jobs and the detail on those are very similar.
So with the prices being $20 for Acid Rain, and then you look at Lost World or Lost Planet, whatever it's called, also being sold for 20. And then the Boss Fight Studios is what, around 20 that they're estimating the prices to be. And if Diowarriors were to make some figures, most likely they'll be around the $20 mark. It seems like that's where the new trend on the prices for figures is turning out to be around $20.
Yeah, but how well articulated will they be? Because people are going to question, why should I pay $20 for this figure? I mean, are we going to include like some giant Nerf launchers with it?
Oh, come on. No.
Or like spring-loaded toilet seats?
Whole bunch of surplus Nerf launchers from the old law. Right there.
Suction cups for everyone.
This is it. Playability. Playability. Look at this. Oh, look at that.
So that's why
complimentary with every Diowarriors figure.
Well, the thing is that I think a lot of these places, like for example the Acid Rain ones, for example, and then some of these other ones, they're not Hasbro, they're not Mattel, they're not Bandai, they're not in every Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, and then other chains of toy stores around the world.
Okay.
They're being released by, for example, Boss Fight. I think only by Boss Fight. So there's storage costs. You order several thousand figures. Where are they going to be stored at? So that's warehouse space, things like that. It takes a lot. So without the retail distribution, like the multi-billion-dollar toy companies, the number of production figures is a lot less. So that's where the cost goes into to recover the $200,000, $300,000 that's cost to make these figures.
Wow.
But here again, you're getting better quality too. I mean, I would rather pay $20 for an Acid Rain figure than $10 for a G.I. Joe figure at this point.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Revoltech, that Revo Mini. It's a good quality figure, good articulation. I mean, it's worth the money I paid for.
Right. And like even the people, they have their own lines. Like they've got a Power Lord line out, which I don't have the figures yet, but they're charging $15. They're 3/4 or 4-inch, whatever you want to say, but they're $15. But they're nicely detailed. I mean, really nice sculpted, like decent articulation. They come with some accessories, and I mean it's $15. So I mean, even that's probably on the low end. I mean, you're not gonna be able to get these figures for $20, and that may be the reason you can't buy this stuff at the store anymore. I mean, there's no mother that's gonna go in there with their kid and buy a 3 3/4-inch figure for $20. They're gonna grab the kid and whip him for asking for it. No way. That's the reason. Hey, I went to Walmart Friday, and it's just disappointing. I mean, they've got these huge hunks of like plastic, like they're just 12-inch figures with no, I mean, like 5 points of articulation, maybe 3 colors of paint on them, and they're selling them for $10. And all they're doing is putting something out there for these kids to buy, but they're not even considered action. They're just smart.
I think they got one main philosophy, two philosophies involved. One that they're targeting the child, the little kid. And so in that they're trying to get the kids' attention. Big figure, bright colors, gold, pink, neon, like the Joes used to have. But in this case, big figures. You walk into an aisle, and these things stand out from all of the other competition all around. And then the other thing, you sell one of these, and they made up probably for less plastic, selling for $30-something, a little bit more than selling 3 smaller figures. So but it's a sad direction the toy industry right now is heading towards. I mean, it's they're not targeting the adult collector. They're targeting the little kid, and in doing so, they're trying to do bright and flashy to get the kid's attention. Mommy, I want that. I want that. That kind of thing.
They're targeting the wrong kids. They're targeting the retards and the stupid ones. Okay?
Yeah.
Because like back in the 80s, when G.I. Joe came out and Transformers came out, they were targeted for the kids.
Yeah.
These toys were making the kids smart.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're totally right, Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're I'm sorry, but I'm going to be brutally honest. They're targeting trailer trash kids.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. These kids are dumb. They're dumb fucks. And they're putting out these.
Can you say that on the family-friendly version of this? I was just wondering.
I'm sorry. I let it out. But I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. They're pandering to the wrong kids, to the stupid kids. They're dumbing down the toys.
You're right, Arnold. Have you seen the Transformers lately? They're like,
yes. Yeah. One step.
Like push two things and it's transformed. I mean, it's like there's nothing to it.
Well,
yeah, you push a button, it pops out.
Not even that. If this was a Transformer, what they're selling now is that you have the Transformer face here. So you wanted to transform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's Common Core action figures.
Yeah.
They're dumbing down the toys for the dumb kids. You make the smart toys to make smart kids. People back in the 80s, I remember back in the 80s they had a study where they wanted to know what was the appeal of Transformers to the children. And what it was that it was what they did not know. The side effect of it was the hand-to-eye coordination, the mental acuity that it builds up. Because kids were having contests, transforming these Transformers. Like popping them up. I mean, they would take like 5 seconds, 7 seconds, to transform Bumblebee. Now you got Bumblebee as a statue.
Yeah.
Well,
the smart kids today are playing on iPads and computers, and that's why there aren't as many action figures going out the door, because the dumb ones who can't understand how to use the iPads are playing with your one-step Transformers.
Well, I think that's part of it. I think what the toy companies are really scared about is about the people who are switching from playing outside, playing with traditional toys, going into the Xbox, PlayStation, iPad thing, and playing there, Skylanders and all that. And so I think that the thought is kids nowadays don't want to spend the time figuring out a Transformer. It's too much of a puzzle. So make it easy, make it quick, because apparently everyone's got attention deficit disorder. They got to be spending time on the video game and not looking outdoors. So
yeah, but something's got to give. You give them smart toys, you'll make smart kids. Okay? You put out dumb toys, you're just going to dumb down the already retarded kids.
Right, it's just going to spiral down.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the ones that play with Playmobil.
You know, I've seen some people. You know, we think we're very excuse me, very involved with our collections, buying hundreds of figures and things. I've seen some people post pictures of Playmobil that put some of our stuff to shame. I'm talking like, you know,
Yeah.
thousands of Playmobil armies.
Yeah, that one Greek guy, Sergio Galifianakis or something. Yeah, he's well, but he does. He's got that big Playmobil world. He's got the palaces, the cowboy western world.
It's huge. It's the other side of the Lego coin.
Yeah.
And it's been around even longer than everything else. Like, it's like, is it his 50th year, 40th year?
So that's the thing, though. I remember living in Singapore in the 70s, okay? And, you know, the friends that I had, they were playing Playmobil. And, you know, so it's one of these generational things, I think. You know, they grow up, they have old toys, that, you know, they can still get them, they get them for their kids. It's just like what we do with G.I. Joe with our children. They eventually get involved with shows or Star Wars, but in this case, it's Playmobil, or in other people's cases, it's decades of Lego.
Yeah, speaking of which, right, Shane was saying that children nowadays are playing video games and stuff on their iPads or computers, whatever. What about Lego? Lego is still big right now. Lego is a physical toy, and it's making kids smart. Why? What's the difference? You know, I mean, like, see, that's why, like, kids nowadays, they're obese, and you got all kinds of health problems. They're not going out there and playing. You know, how are you going to go out there and play with a 5 points of articulation Superman? Yeah.
I really do think it's part of this fear. They don't know how to address the video generation on that. You know, if you look at the 80s, they had other types of puzzle toys. Transformers was a puzzle to figure out how to transform. So you had Rubik's Cube. You had a whole bunch of others that were riding on the Rubik's Cube craze. You had pyramids. You had other shapes. You had other types of similar type of puzzle toys that were out there as well. You don't really see that nowadays.
Auto.
Look who showed up.
Get a haircut. Friggin' hippie. That's a nice picture to freeze on. I like that. That's good.
Hey, Phil. Okay, check your mic. Did somebody mute Phil?
You did.
No, I took it off.
Oh.
Okay. So what's going on, huh?
This thing at Sam's Club?
Yes.
They got a whole bunch of these, you know, different vehicles. This one's one of the only Jeep, and this one is listed as a SWAT.
It can't fit a Joe in. No.
Cannot fit a Joe in unless he's removed the legs. But it's
firewall.
It's alright. It's good to stick Law and Order on the front of it.
Order will fit in, but not law.
Yeah.
Unless you drill a hole and it's into the firewall.
What are those running? About what, 25 to 30 bucks?
I don't remember. I think around 15 or something like that.
Wait, die-cast?
Die-cast. A lot of die-cast. Rubber wheels, rubber tires, die-cast, everything else, just about. You know, a few plastic parts, but mostly it's a die-cast body. It's really heavy. It feels heavier than when it was in the box. Yeah. I gotta get more.
Really?
Yeah. When I took it out the box,
It's heavier out of the box?
It's like a brick. So Arnold, you could get something like this. Why to put a little Cobra thing on there?
Yeah, but I like my vehicles that can fit the Joes and Cobra, so I'll have to pass on that. I saw that at Frank and Son, and Frank was showing me that it's good as just a prop. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, dude, I need it to be functional.
I've seen some of the guys who will actually go so far as to, take the body off the chassis and like modify the seats and stuff like that so they can fit a figure in there. But I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't seem worth the hassle. Seems like it's cool, maybe take the legs off the figure to fit them in there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna injure my Joes. I'd rather drill a hole through the car. I bought a couple of Maisto sports cars. I think the Camaro one and the Porsche. I took the body off. I drilled a hole. I'm not gonna unscrew my Joe's lower legs just to put them in there. But another compromise I did was with a Ford F-150 Harley Davidson one. It was an extended cab, so I took off the front seats, and now I can fit the Joes in there. Perfect.
But they're driving from the back seat.
They're driving from the back seat, exactly. But their arms are long enough to where they can reach the steering wheel. Exactly.
So they look more like they're cruising in it.
Yeah, they look like they're dancing disco.
Oh man. Well.
And you did the same thing to a few of your diecast vehicles, Phil? You gotta check your mic, dude.
Make sure you've got the right one selected.
Yeah. Or make sure you got it plugged into the right jack. Jack.
Well, here, Jack.
Anyway, where's Sean? Oh, Sean's not there. I had to give in because it's the only one I found. I got it from Sean's scalper buddy.
Oh.
Yep.
Christopher Reeve one?
Christopher Reeve. Sorry, Sean, but I had to get it from that old man, that bastard from Bakersfield. Because he was the only one who had it.
Yeah, no big deal.
And I tried him on the wheelchair I had. He won't fit.
Oh, geez.
It's the one from Avatar. What's his name? Sully's?
Yeah, I've got that too.
Yeah, that's too bad. I have to look for another good wheelchair.
Let's see which ones these are here.
Playmobil.
How does that Joe stuff look with the Playmobil, considering the Playmobil guys are like only 3 inches tall?
It depends on what you're using it for. Like right now, I've got my Stormtrooper laying on the couch over here. See if I can. Let me just get myself some slack here.
Testing.
Kind of hard to see, but I got these from a place called policecarmodels.com.
There we go.
Just hook it,
So, I mean,
hook it up to a 9-volt battery.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that. I was thinking like I wanted to make some kind of a thunder machine. I have police lights across the top working.
If you see the tail lights, they'll actually flash as well as the front headlights. They'll actually do the wig wag.
Here's my stormtrooper sleeping on the couch. I don't know if you can see that at all, but
I can see it.
stretched out there pretty good. He doesn't sit down
Yeah,
very well because he's got the.
You know the cartoon strip, ages 25 and up?
There you go.
You guys
Cobra.
ever seen that on the interwebs?
No.
Never heard of it.
Well, he uses Playmobil furniture for his Joes.
Well, I want to get one of the Playmobil Fairy because I don't know if you looked at the custom stuff that was being done by Oreo Builder and that. But
Yeah.
he built a landing craft out of a Playmobil Fairy. It looked wicked.
Oh, really? An LCAC? Really? An LCAC?
Yeah, and he used.
Oh my God! I want to.
That Oreo builder.
Jabba's. Yeah,
Oh, the
Jabba's,
sailboat.
Is he on
Sail
Facebook?
barge? Yeah.
He's on Joe Customs. He does some amazing stuff.
You gotta send me the
You
link.
go to
man. I
Joe
wanna see it.
Customs. Yeah, go to Joe Customs and it's on there.
Game over.
Well, I'm completely out of ideas on anything to show new. I don't really have anything much anymore. Anyone else got
Okay,
anything?
well, I have a question. You guys are into Doctor Who, right?
Nope.
No,
Who?
No,
my kids are.
Not too much? Okay.
I like the redhead. That's about it.
I want to know who this is.
what's the name?
Clara?
I have no idea.
I'm more of the classic Doctor Who fan up till about the sixth or so Doctor. Anything after that, I'm too vague to the answer. So it's probably one of the newer Doctors.
I'll go ask one of my girls. They're both into Doctor Who.
Yeah, I asked them about Clara Oswald. She must be a companion.
Allison? Who's Clara Oswald?
She's one of the Doctor's companions.
From which Doctor?
11th.
Is that the geeky guy?
11th Doctor's companion.
I think I
Okay,
got
I'll
mine
look it up.
before.
I'll look it up. How many doctors are there?
Dynasty Doctor.
11?
Is that the geeky guy with the fez and the bow tie, or the guy with the tweed jacket, or the guy that was Destro?
Christopher.
The 11th Doctor was the last one, Matt Smith, the young guy.
Okay, the geeky guy with the bow tie and the fez.
The most recent one.
And now they're up to the 12th Doctor now. He's an old fart again.
Okay, alright.
It's interesting is that the a Time Lord is supposed to only have a maximum of 12 regenerations. So I'm curious to know if you're going to try to reboot the Doctor goes to an 11th generation or something.
There's a theory going around that Willy Wonka is a doctor.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I saw the meme on that, or I saw the,
Hey, I can hear Phil.
I wouldn't be surprised if they end up making some sort of reboot, and in doing so, make the Doctor into female.
Well, they're on the 12th Doctor now, and they just put out the first two episodes.
Yeah, I think they're talking about making the next Doctor a female.
Yeah, the 13th one.
Yeah.
So Destro used to be Doctor Who, huh?
Yes, he was. He was Doctor number 9.
He was only at it for one
My
season
doc-
because he
my,
didn't want to get pegged as Doctor Who for the rest of his life.
And wasn't Ollivander Doctor Who also?
Don't think so, but the Radagast,
Guys,
Radagast
one
the
of the guys
Brown.
from Harry Potter. I think it might have been Ollivander.
I don't know. The guy in the Hobbit, the Radagast the Brown, was one of the doctors. I
Oh yeah, okay.
think he was the seventh doctor.
Bunch of nerds.
It's funny, I have seen all of one episode of Doctor Who, and it was the old guy with the curly hair and the goofy hat and the multicolored scarf.
Yeah,
And,
Yeah, same here.
fourth doctor.
But the funny thing is how much I actually know of Doctor Who because of all my friends that are Who fans and all the memes that you see on the interwebs.
Well, I have two teenage girls that are big Doctor Who fans, so I have no other choice.
Meh.
I only saw one episode and I liked it. It was from the 11th Doctor, and so I think I got the right one. I think she was the one, Clara Oswald. So I got the right one then.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a big Doctor Who fan, but of the classic Doctor Who. Not the new one.
Hey, look, it's copying me.
Cutest one though is the redhead.
Yeah. Wasn't she like a cop or something, or she disguised herself as a cop?
She was that was a disguise that she wore because she was like she went door to door doing like birthday songs or something, dressed as a cop.
Telegraph, singing telegram.
Cool.
Yeah, singing telegram. Yeah, and she dressed as a cop.
Well, she looked really cute in that cop outfit.
But she was really good in Guardians of the Galaxy. She was Nebula.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nebula.
I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet.
You need to go see it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. So I've been hearing.
Pretty good. A lot of good banter, especially between Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill.
Yeah.
But Drax though, man, he kind of cracked me up, when he was getting all emo and going like, oh, I love you guys, you're my friends. The big tree here, he's my friend. The green horror, she's my friend.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
She's about a smoking hottie.
Yeah. On the Riddick movie.
Yeah, she was
The one
the,
with Carl Urban.
She was his wife or whatever.
Yeah. Well, actually, in real life, she is married to Carl Urban.
That's the doctor from the Star Trek.
Well, she's your
Or is he the country singer?
Yeah, the guy from Rohan.
And
Also, he was
Judge
a
Dredd.
Wind as well.
Yeah, Judge Dredd, yeah. She's married to that dude.
He was also one of the Lord of the Rings guys.
Yeah, Rohan.
He's the writer of Rohan.
That's the problem. You say his name, that doesn't mean I know who he was in the story.
Aylmer.
White.
I think his name was Aylmer.
Yeah.
And the princess's cousin is Awen or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Boys, I'm out for the night. Got to work in the morning. I'll talk to you later, man. Have a great one.
Okay,
Who's leaving
Dusty. You signing off?
Have a good night, boys.
Hey.
Okay, Dusty. Good night.
Yeah.
That works, Phil. I can hear you.
Awesome.
Yeah, hey guys, at one point we had 2 viewers. Two live viewers. Now we're down to 0. Okay, now we got 1 viewer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the special group. We are here to talk about brain problems. I am your host, Chief of the Brain Problems, Dr. Cornelius Funk. I hope you are ready to enjoy all of these grown men and their action figure collections. Let's go.
A succulent Chinese meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
That's the greatest video on the internet right now. I swear I've watched it a million times.
Yeah, I
don't know if you guys can see this, but this is where what I had to do was cut out the floor so the guys can fit in.
Ooh, let's see what you got there, Phil.
Humvees and yeah, there's a few Humvees out there that are in 1/18 scale that actually fit the action figures just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I say
I had to cut the
But
floor.
it's the die-cast ones that always seem to be just a skosh off.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the dog cast one.
Does it fit the Joes?
I had to cut the floor out. But
Oh, you do? You did?
yeah. I'll take some pictures there later.
Yeah, a friend of mine sent me a civilian Humvee in 1/18 scale. Looks good for background, but that's about it.
I'm hoping I don't have to do that with my Denali.
Well, I scored another one at Big Lots.
Scored another what at Big Lots?
Right here. Humvee.
And my Big Lots have been like totally tapped out. Nothing. No PTE at all.
Actually, I scored 2.
I haven't had much of a chance to go shopping lately, so I haven't been getting much. Though I did find on ToysRUs.com the Danger at the Docks and the Arctic one is available.
Yeah,
the thing about Danger at the Docks and the Arctic Danger ones, the 50th vehicle packs at Toys R Us, once you get them, you got it. I mean, once you find them, you got to get them. Because right now, the scalpers are scooping them up. You know, that one post that I did where I said that I found these snipers in Africa.
Yeah.
The story behind that was that I've been driving around for 3 days, okay, and I finally went up north, and I went into this Toys R Us and I found them. I found a whole bunch of sniper packs, the Heat Viper, Torchy and Heat, the Arctic Wolf, and the Danger at the Docks, just full, just all full. And I only needed 2, one for me, and one for another guy from Scotland, and he already gave me the money to buy it for him. So I picked up 2 of the marksman packs, 2 of the sniper packs. So then I moved over to the aisle across the way, and I posted the pictures on Facebook. While I was posting it, I can still see it. Across the way, I can still see the G.I. Joes. Couple of big dudes, they came in there, they looked right at them, and they cleaned it up. Took everything. They took everything off the pegs. They took everything off the shelves. They put it all in the shopping cart. And I'm in the middle of posting to Facebook on my smartphone, and I couldn't take a picture of them. If I wasn't that busy, I mean, I would have taken a picture of them and I would have posted it on Facebook. But it was just, if I would have been 2 minutes late, I would have missed out. They cleaned it out.
Lucky.
They cleaned it out. And so guess what? The past couple of weeks, I've been driving around, just kind of looking around. I found a Danger at the Docks at one Toys R Us and another one at another Toys R Us. Locations I'm not going to divulge. I stashed them. Once I get paid, I'm gonna get them, and I'm gonna give it or sell it to somebody who needs it. Not not at a scalper price, but at a collector's price. You know, because we're battling the scalpers out there.
Yeah.
There is no reason for those two guys to get 4 Ice Wolves and 4 Vamp sets and empty the pegs. No reason.
Well, even online, if you buy from Toys R Us, it was only allowing you to buy 2 of each.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with those guys. Not only do they assign people, to sit on their computers and watch the sites themselves, like Hasbro Toy Shop, ToysRUs.com, and BBTS, they'll post them up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And within
it's like the store should have the same policy that you only buy 2 each also.
Yeah, and then within 15 minutes it's sold out. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Are they sold out at Big Bad Toys?
At BBTS, I'm pretty sure they are. The last time I checked, yeah, Danger at the Docks was sold out.
Yeah. Basically,
They got
sold out.
go to ToysRUs.com. They should still be there.
They got 2 of mine back.
They were last week. They were in stock, and I posted them on all the groups I'm in, and within 2 days, sold out again. I know this one guy who sits and watches these sites, and he will text me at 3 o'clock in the morning. He'll tell me, "Hey man, this so and so is up on BBTS right now. Grab it." I'm like, dude, I'm already sleeping. And this thing's going off, and he's up. He goes, "Dude, Danger at the Docks. It's on Toys R Us right now. Go grab it." I'm like, 3 o'clock in the morning, dude.
It's like camping out in front of Best Buy. It's like gotta camp out in front of a computer waiting for next release of an exclusive.
Looking at it, Danger at the Docks no longer is on ship at home, but the Below Zero is, and the 2 snipers are shipped to home.
Yeah, that's how they do it now at Toys R Us. They're not gonna say they're out of stock. They'll just take off, ship to home.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a veiled message saying, "Good luck out there."
Let's say if at least they had the free store pickup, like the Canadians could probably order the stuff and pick it up at the store. I mean, is there an extra charge if they do that?
What are you talking about? We don't have that up here.
I'm telling you guys.
If you were to buy online, they don't have the store pickup?
No.
I'm telling you guys, like I told you guys, and I know this is public, and I'm drunk, but like I told you guys privately, use my address. Let me know what you ordered. Send it to my address. I got a mailbox. Let me know what you ordered. When it comes in my mailbox, I'll just slap a new shipping sticker on it and forward it to you guys. I don't even have to open the box. If you really need something, at least I can help you out with that. I'm kind of short on cash right now. I'm trying to finish out my Jeep payments, and then I'll be clear after that. But right now, that's about as much help as I can give you guys. Go ahead and use my mailbox to let me know. If you want to order from BBTS or from HTS or Toys R Us, ship it to me. I don't even have to open it. I'll just slap a whole new shipping address on it, forward it to you guys.
Nice. Here's the one from
Elliot.
the Comic-Con.
Ow. Elliot, ow.
Be good.
Well, I kind of wonder too, if you order the Danger at the Docks from Toys R Us, are you going to get the urban camo or are you going to get the tan one?
I got the tan one.
I wonder if it's just luck of the draw.
Well, I got this one from Nick Martinez. He's got a shop down there at Frankenstein's. All he wanted out of the set was the ammo case.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll buy it.
Oh, the box with all the guns and everything in it?
Yeah.
But he only wanted the box.
That's all he wanted.
Huh.
Well,
So I got everything else.
I'm casting the boxes. I'll send you a couple.
Yeah, let me grab the other. I mean, the only difference between the boats is this boat is black. It comes with the Comic Con. The other one is blue, just like the vintage one.
That's cool.
But the
Whatever
one I really
happened to
wanted was the Vamp.
Yeah.
You know, I just freaking love this.
Well, I kind of wanted the tan one because the flint was the more accurate looking flint. But I made a custom out of a Sergeant Stone anyway, so that works for me.
Well, I like the new flint.
Well, I have an extra
I got the
flint.
urban camo one. I like them. But Ed is right. The plastic's cheap.
Yeah.
Soft.
Well, I was even looking at the reviews of the Cobra Trooper on General Joe's, and just on his comparison side-by-side shot of the 50th and the 30th or POC, you could just like look at the 50th and see it was made of like a cheaper material.
Well, look at the paint on the guy's arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's shaded, but it's poorly painted. I mean, the rest of them looks really cool. You know,
Yeah.
the head sculpt is great. It's got Lifeline's legs, but other than that, I mean, I might try to find some flesh-colored paint, repaint his arms. Other than that, I mean,
Hey,
it
even
looks good.
the exact same figure as the Pursuit of Cobra one is worse quality. Like the paint apps on his face and his eyes and his hair, and like the plastic is worse quality, even though it's the exact same figure.
I guess the only difference between these guys is that now they have a gold star on them. I guess that's just to denote that they're the 50th.
Yeah.
Instead of the Pursuit of Cobra version or whatever.
Yeah. Not that great, but the eel's good.
I kind of think what they did with the Cobra Trooper, give them officer web gear, silver logo, and put the Buddhist on his helmet there, and then now you could have an officer.
You want to know
Yeah,
how you
well,
got
the logo is not a problem. I just get them from Cobra Stickers. If I can make Cobra officers. I do like the gray Cobra Viper.
Look, I made a Cobra officer.
Yeah.
Cost me nothing. I painted his face red.
Why?
Because that's the, like, what's his name? Scarface?
Scarface, yeah.
Wasn't he an officer?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but that was also back in the day when the comic was coloring the mask red.
It's awesome!
Yeah, that was before they started color coding the blue shirts.
I think that looks great.
Does he have a scar?
No.
Well, then how's he Scarface?
I was just saying it like Scarface.
I don't know.
He did come with the 2-pack, didn't he?
I don't really find
The comic pack, yeah.
Yeah, I've got him
anniversary packs, the green shirts. I don't find good quality on that one.
So, okay, I used the black troopers that came from Dollar General as my Cobra officers for the Pursuit of Cobra and 30th guys.
What, the blue shirts with the yellow web gear?
No, black guys.
Or the black shirts?
The blue ones are, oh god, I have none of those because they're just so crappy looking.
I have one.
Yeah, I like the black shirts. I got a full 12.
Andre's going to get about 4 more here shortly.
Hey.
Yeah, I've got like 10.
I've got...
Yeah. Hey, Ed, I got something for you.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's
Since I got started with Haya Toys and Alien, Haya Toys also started putting out Planet of the Apes. Apes
Signs of the ape.
do not want war,
Oh, from the new movie?
but will fight if we must.
I love that movie. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Oh, it
man.
was fantastic.
Right now they got Caesar and Koba.
Dr. Zeus, Dr. Zeus,
Dr. Zeus, Dr. Zeus, Dr. Zeus. Oh, Dr. Zeus. He comes with an alternate head.
I see some chimpanzee. Chimpanzee.
Check this
Oh,
out.
yeah, well, see, I saw that. That's why I like the higher toys. I didn't like that because it's made by NECA.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know you
yeah.
have a problem with NECA.
I got a big problem with NECA, man.
When was the last time you were NECA in?
I bought Big Red, and he was already broken out of the package. And then when I brought him back to Toys R Us to exchange for another one, that too was broke. So I gave it away. I gave it to Ricky Hall in Australia. I sent it over to him. So anyway, this is my alternative. Higher Toys. It comes with 2 pairs of extra hands, a spear, another tool, and a snarling face, and the virus itself, the simian flu virus.
Arnold, your camera's not working for me.
Yeah, I don't see you at all.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay, how about now?
Are you paused?
How about now?
It's just black.
Because it's a static picture of Arnold, or it says his name. Everybody else but Sean is moving around.
Yeah, I don't see Sean at all. It's just a back screen for me also.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah,
There we go.
turn it back around, Arnold.
You don't like that juice?
It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How big are they?
5 inches.
Huh.
Hey, speaking of which, how big are those Barbies that are at McDonald's Happy Meals these days? They look like they're about 4 inches.
And he's fully articulated. He's got the ball-jointed hips, ball-jointed knee. He's got a swivel ankle.
I have to go save my wife from the cat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I get the show around Denver.
Time for me to go.
So, yeah, I like it, man. I'm gonna.
How much is that?
If I'm not mistaken, $29.99
Yeah.
For one of those
bad.
monkey figures?
or $23.99. I'm pretty sure. Hey, Phil, you're leaving?
Yes, I need to go to bed. I'm getting tired.
Okay, man.
Oh, the beast from the east. Hey, man, I'm in the same time zone you're in.
Where are you at then?
Where am I? I'm in Youngstown, Ohio.
Not even close.
My truck
Yeah,
is
no.
crap.
He's way far out in the woods.
Oh, I forgot. Eastern Canada has its own time zones out there, and they're
Phil's
goofy
Nova
because
Scotia, man.
they're half-hour increments.
Hey, check it out, Phil. It's going up to you tomorrow.
Awesome.
Isn't that close to Nova Scotia?
He is in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I remember looking at it on Google Maps, and it's looks like it's way out in the country, trees everywhere.
Yeah, I looked up his address on Google Earth. It's a big white house with a big backyard.
That's right. Spying on me.
I think it was either him or Robbie Williams. I looked them up. I looked up their address on Google Earth and I took a screenshot and I messaged them. I said, "Hey man, I'm outside your house. Open the door." And they actually thought I was outside their house.
That's pretty funny.
See, that's the scary thing about Arnold, though. He could say that, and you don't know he actually could be outside your door.
Yeah, that was that was funny. when I went and picked up guys, when I went and picked up Otto at the truck stop, right? And we're driving around. He's all sitting quiet. And then the first thing he asked me, he goes, "Hey man, did you actually drive cross country to kick that dude's ass?"
Because, you know, it's like one of those things, you know.
No wonder he was all sitting quiet, you know. I'm thinking, what the hell's wrong with this dude? He's probably all like thinking, you know, like he's all nervous and shit. Oh, sorry. He probably thought, you know, I was like a
what I was nervous about is cruising through LA traffic with a dude who has ADHD.
Because I drove, you know,
PTSD, I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I was a merchant marine, I used to drive from LA to Houston to work, to go get, you know, to board my ship. So I know the travel times. I know the drive times. So when that dude, you know, ticked me off, and I said I was going to drive all the way to Virginia to kick his ass, you know, I waited the full 12 hours, and then I posted on Facebook, "I'm in El Paso. I'm coming to get you." You know, and then I waited another 12 hours. I go, "I'm in Houston. I'm coming to get you, dude. I'm coming to get you." And Otto's like, "Oh, hey, man, are you really driving cross-country?"
Oh, yeah, and the thing was, it was like, his drive, I said, his timing is right. I said, it takes about that long.
And then I found the guy's address, and I took a picture out of Google Earth, Street View. And I said, hey, man, I'm outside your door. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you.
That is funny.
See, that's why that goes back to my post about Toys R Us. When I saw those scalpers, I couldn't post where I found it. That's why I just put down I found it at Toys R Us in Djibouti, Africa. You know, you can tweak your Facebook posts, your GPS.
Yeah.
You can pretty much say wherever you're at. I mean, I did the same thing with Andre that one time. I got his address and I looked it up on Google Earth, and I said, "Hey, Andre, I'm right outside your door." And then he busted me. He's all, "That's not my window."
Yeah, you could do amazing things with the mobile version of Facebook.
So anyway, Phil, I'll be sending out your package tomorrow.
Okay, that's cool.
It's almost midnight here. I gotta go to work.
Okay, Ed.
Here.
Well, I guess it is midnight, ain't it?
You guys take care.
I have to get up.
Have a good night.
Okay, so I guess I'll be ending this unless anybody else got anything. Are we gonna be doing the after party or no?
For me, after here, I'm gonna have to call it quits also.
Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop broadcast. Thank you, people. Thank you, gentlemen, for showing up. And thank you for the one viewer that stayed with us all throughout the whole broadcast. And I'll see you guys, or maybe not, at the after party. Good night from Diowarriors.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Later, everyone.